Riding that skateboard at my age is not normal. It has to be some form of midlife crisis. I hope I get over it. I'm Ryan. I've been hacking things my whole life. Today we're going to be talking about mini manufacturing with your GlowForge laser cutter, making this awesome promotional item for my awesome company that I work for, Jump, and their new product, Jump Live, today on the hackLAB. What was that ding? Hey guys, if you're new to my channel, I primarily make things in my garage. So sometimes I'm doing them for gifts. Sometimes I put digital files up on my website, but mostly I do it because I like to make stuff. So I like to connect with other people and teach other people things. So if you're new here, please subscribe and hit that little bell so you get all the notifications when I put up a next video where you might see me ride something even more monstrositous than that. That's right, that's a word, monstrositous than that skateboard. Okay, let's talk about this promotional item, and why you may have clicked on this video is to understand mini manufacturing inside of your garage, closet, or attic. This is the product that we made. It has a little hole in the back that I can punch out this little caliper. I was given this caliper by some coworkers, and they asked me whether or not I can etch the logo in the back. And I was not able to etch nor anodize the logo in this brass. And then I started thinking, what could I do differently? And showed you that wrong. And then I thought about that business card that I made, where I made the little chair. I found this idea online, so don't hate me if you find it too. So basically, the laser cut card is made of two different pieces of almost veneer, and you can cut out a little chair and assemble a 3D chair, and on the back it's all the things that I do inside of the hackLAB. Then I recently made this little business card, and I thought, why not have something that was functional that you could give away instead of those little paper cards that everyone throws away. No one really looks at a business card anymore. You just tell them your number and they put it down. So let's talk about how I went about creating 50 of these. That's right. This is a holder that I haven't removed this is proof grade 1/8 inch maple ply. I have not removed the masking tape. I'm going to do that at the very last moment. So I created 50 of these designs. And the way that I created 50, and I'm going to share so many things with you in this video, that if you're interested in bringing your material costs down and bringing your cost per product, you're going to want to consider batch processing or batch manufacturing of things. There is a lot of effort that goes into setting up your shop, getting everything ready, getting all the materials ready, and trust me, the average speed, the speed of which you will make something will increase if you batch. So a normal, let's say if you were going to make one of these, maybe the total time of making it, gluing it, putting it together would be approximately, let's say 15 minutes. But if you were to batch these and you were to make all 50 of these at one time, and they would all be cut out in big sheets that I'm going to be showing you during this video, then your time per product, because you'll be moving faster, not to mention the fact that you won't have to set up your shop and take your shop down depending on what you're doing. I'm doing so many different GlowForge projects right now, laser cutter projects, that I have to take everything down and then reset up for something else. So your time, instead of 15 minutes, will go down to maybe around 5 minutes. Yeah, it's that drastic, because what happens is when you get going, this little kick-starting time that it takes you to get all the supplies ready, and you might as well be doing more of them. So if you find something that sells on Etsy or another store, you're going to want to consider doing batch manufacturing. Okay, so the first thing that I did is that I took a picture of the micrometer, okay? Then I put that into Illustrator and I measured the distance between here to here, and then I did a test fit. I don't have the exact one, but for this design right here, for this design, I actually use paper for my prototyping. Okay, paper is really, really fast, and then I can check to see, and then I can put it together. So in Illustrator, I laid everything out, and of course I tested one first, okay? I didn't go ahead and do 16 per page, 16 per 19 by 10 inch blank at first. I went to my local wood crafting store, and then I made my own masked material. I built a masker, which I have plans for, it probably in the listing below. So I found that this system where I lock down my big jumbo masking roller and then pull the masking tape over and cut it with an X-Acto knife and then smooth it out is one of the best ways to make your own masked material that will save a lot of the burn marks that happen at the edge. You can see here some of the burn marks that happen. I'm going to be using this on the inside, so it really doesn't matter, but that masker is absolutely essential for that. I've already talked to you a little bit about the benefit of batch producing. I took my time of 15 minutes down to 5 minutes per, and this is the way that I did it. The first thing that I did is obviously I had everything laid out in Illustrator. When I sent it over to the GlowForge, once I had the materials masked, I used 1/8 inch for the front and I used 1/16 inch ply for the back. Veneer did not work. The veneer was actually too thin. Even though that it was just beautiful, the veneer was pretty. I'm just kind of bummed about that, but I have a little bit of veneer around the shop now. So using 1/8 inch front, of course this has masking tape on the front, and then the back, which has the 2 holes which enable you to push out the caliper. What happened is I first cut out the front. This front here was approximately each about 16 of them. I did more than 50 because you may screw up, make mistakes, fail often, you know. Done is better than perfect. So I went ahead and did 16. So it took about 1 hour to cut out 16 of the fronts, and it took 20 minutes to cut out 16 of the backs. So I'm looking at 3 hours, 4 hours of laser and etching for more than 50. So 16 times 3, whatever that number is, do the math. But what's really cool about it is that you could probably put in any product inside of here that's flat. Whatever you find that's on Amazon or whatever you find at the dollar store, if you want to hand out something, you can use this design where you put in a thin piece of plywood in the back, glued to this front part, and that will make you have a really nice product and something that's unique. And the etching or the engraving is really what takes the most amount of time with the GlowForge. It just, you know, it does the resolution and stuff, and you can kind of tweak that resolution. The settings, again, I used were medium maple plywood in the GlowForge settings. But I would say that you definitely, for some people that don't have a GlowForge, 100% power, and you probably want to go around 160 speed with maybe 2 passes, something like that. But of course, use at your own risk. Okay, so after that was done, I cut out the backs, and then I started gluing them up. It's very important that you use as minimal amount of glue as possible. And then you want to use rubber bands for clamping. I found that rubber bands enable me to kind of group them together a little bit nicer. And if I did have a little bit of warpage, I use these little plastic clips that I got from Harbor Freight. So between something else, if I found there was like a part that really wasn't sticking together, I used this plastic clamp, and that really worked out well. So after that was done, all 50, I was able to take off the masking tape in the front, and then I did not seal these because they actually look pretty natural. And when I used the acrylic clear coat, it kind of warped them a little bit. I think maybe it was the water that was in the acrylic clear coat. I'm going to try it with an oil-based clear coat to see how that goes. If you have any experience with using thin plywood, with acrylic clear coat versus an oil clear coat. I would love your comments down below. I appreciate that so much. But after that was done, it was just about getting them over into work and using them and handing them out at the conference. I am so excited to be part of this really cool new product at work. And I thought this was a really fun product. But what I learned most, I think what I learned most about this, guys, is that, wow, 15 minutes per to 5 minutes. If you want to do small mini manufacturing in your garage, really think about a product that you can mass produce. Okay, so if you make keychains, don't make one, make 20, hand them out, put your phone number in the back. Okay, think about doing that. Now, I'm not sure what these would sell for. I'm thinking that the caliper alone on Amazon is anywhere between $5 to $10. Okay. All right, so this is kind of a specialty item. I'm thinking maybe with the amount of time that I would take with this and the amount of design time, I would probably charge around $8 for these little holders, plus the cost of this caliper here. And this is not something that would probably be intended to hand out a lot of them. But who's handing out business cards anymore? If you give one of these to someone with your phone number or a client, you have a strong message you want someone to remember. So that particular person is really important. So is that worth $15? Maybe it is. I've made very few connections in my life that are very significant, which means if you meet the right person, give them something special. Give them one of these cards that has the this bottle opener thing that I had. All right, that's it. Really great project for me to learn about mini manufacturing. If you have any concepts or ideas or anything else you want to talk about, give me a shout out. All my contact information is below. Whatever you do, make something that connects someone. Love you. Take care. Have a great day, night, or morning, whatever time it is in your life. Bye.